Welcome to Confessions with the Cougar and the Cub. This is your host, Justin Vandeventer.
And I am the better half of this podcast, Carrie, the Cougar Lazarino.
This podcast, we are going to give you the male and female perspective on everyday issues and relationship problems.
And I'll give you the right answer from real ladies, just like myself, a true badass.
And I'll try to translate to you cavemen out there that don't quite understand women yet.
So let's dive in.
And enjoy this episode with the Cougar and the Cub. Welcome back, guys, to Confession of the Cougar and the Cub. This is your host, Justin Vandeventer, and with me is the better half of this podcast, the better looking part of this podcast.
It's me! Yes! I'm totally kidding. Carrie. Here we are.
I feel like we haven't done this in forever.
I know, it's been a hot second, but how exciting. Is this like our 9th episode?
This will be our 9th.
Damn, I'm so excited.
I know.
It's flying by.
It is.
It's crazy.
That's what, me and Roddy, we said that all the time when we did ours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God, I remember how long it was that we were like planning and scheduling and figuring out and setting up a website and all that.
Yeah.
On how long it is. And now we're on we're just about to do episode 100. And we're on episode 9 already.
I know.
And I feel like we just started it last week.
It's true, but it's hard though. I didn't realize. I thought it was going to be like really easy, and it's like hard, like coming up with like content and like what people want to hear, and I think that's like the hardest because sometimes you just like you don't want it to just be like we're just talking, but
Right.
But I'll admit, like I told you a little bit ago, like I like kind of listening to just people talk too. Like I love listening to like Bunny and and just like whoever she has on. It doesn't even matter what they talk about. I'm just like, I just love it, and then how they have like video too. So hopefully soon, maybe after the first year, I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
And do a little video. So I think that'll be
right up there or something.
Yeah, people could like see how like we're in our jams. I know we sound hot, but like literally look like trash.
Look like we just got out of Walmart at 2 a.m.
Totally, with our like pajamas on and shit. That's all right though. That's all right.
So,
yeah. Well,
we're gonna do a little different beginning.
Yeah.
So we always end the podcast with a pickup line, but we're gonna start the podcast
with like an inspirational.
Are
we still going to do that? I think we should still do the pickup line. Because,
absolutely, yeah. That's how I want to end it.
Because like Mikey is literally listening and he will call us out on that shit.
Yeah, he missed it that one time and he was like, oh, you guys didn't do that.
I can't believe he just like listened. He like jots down and take notes.
He does. He was like, hey, you didn't do this or this. And
we need to have him on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure out what the heck to say to him.
Yeah, we'll figure something to talk about.
Yeah. No, I like the idea. I think it's super cute. And like I love quotes. I have a bunch of them on my phone. And then I had like years ago when I used to read magazines, I would clip like little quotes and stuff out of them. So I'll have to show you when we go back home. Nice. It's like a little booklet of like quotes and stuff. So.
Mikey used to work at the pawn shop.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
I bet you we could talk about pawn shop stories.
Ooh, and like what kind of stuff. And I mean, they'll have stories like, this was my great aunt, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I bet he's got even better stories than that being up in St. Cloud of it. Being in the hood. But he's got...
Yeah. Yeah, that would be really cool. Absolutely. Well, let's talk to him.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to do your quote first?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I have so many. And so it was kind of hard for me to come up with one, but here's, I think, a really poignant one. And it says, you are a product of your decisions, not of your circumstances.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I went with my favorite quote. It's by Babe Ruth. Never let the fear of striking out get in your way. It's my favorite.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a tattoo.
Right?
I'm just saying. Can I get a drink or is that too much noise? You talk about me like making all this noise.
As you've already hit the mic. Not
and then now my breathing, you're like, do you have asthma? No, I'm just fat. I can't breathe. Because you're breathing heavy. Because you have a microphone on. Of course I'm breathing heavy. Now I'm all like self-conscious of my breathing. I'm like, I'm panting over here.
Prepping for the episode and all I can hear was...
You're lying. It was not like that. Oh my God. But like, it's accentuated, like definitely on the microphone.
Oh yeah,
because I don't think I sound.
Especially these mics. These mics pick up everything.
They really do.
Ridiculous.
I think one day we should just be like, because I was just going to ask you, like, we should fart.
Oh God. On Tom Segura's podcast, YMH.
Yeah.
They had us in their old studio when they lived in LA. Mm-hmm. They had a mic. They called it the fart mic. So if you ever had to fart, you got up. And the mic was like positioned perfectly, and you just farted into the mic. They called it the fart mic.
Oh, well, that's probably good because you don't want to be like breathing it in. Which is funny because like after COVID, I lost my sense of smell, but only sometimes. Like I'll let one rip in the car, and you're like, "Babe, you're dying," and I'm like, "I can't smell a thing," and I don't ever swear to God, you know. But like I'll be like, "I swear to God, I can't smell." Like I don't know what you're smelling because I'd smell nothing.
Yeah. They're terrible. They'll make your eyes water sometimes.
Like you cut onions? They're not that bad.
Some of them have been.
Some of them.
You've had one or two where like me and Lo are hanging out the window.
Nothing worse than period farts. Those are the worst. Like, why does it smell so gross?
I have no idea.
Maybe we need like a gynecologist or something like that. So
we could get a doctor on here.
Absolutely. So if you know one or if you are one, can somebody tell us? Like,
somebody that specializes in farts, please.
No.
Are you a fart doctor?
No. Well, the period. I want to know, like, why do period farts smell so bad? They're gross.
Yeah. Smell probably. I mean, the walls are pretty thin down there, so I'm sure that something's got to leak through.
I mean, maybe it's because like the blood and iron.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It's pretty nasty though. Ugh.
Yeah, because I remember. God, we're getting into something gross.
Just do it. I mean, you were going to say. I remember. What are you going to talk about?
Well, what's it? Doctor. What the hell?
Oh, the guy
who did Loveline.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Dr. Joe. No.
Dr.
Drew.
Dr. Drew.
Drew, yeah.
He's friends with Segura. So
really?
He actually had a podcast on their channel and all that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they had him on one time, and he was talking about it. He's like, the vaginal wall, between the vaginal wall and
the booty
hole.
Yeah, the anal.
Is actually really thin.
Oh.
And all that. And he goes, so.
Huh.
So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe the smell carries over. I don't know.
So wasn't he on like in that Adam Carolla?
Yep.
Remember, and that was like MTV, huh? Mm-hmm. I love that.
That was way back in the day, and that
was good.
Was it Bert? I think Bert had both of them on. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about them about back in the old days.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. I'm like, wow, I remember that.
Yeah.
And they were like,
because it was like I remember like they had a set, right? And then I can't remember if they had like. Oh, it was call-ins. People called in. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. And they had, like, questions or whatever.
Yeah, he did, like, Loveline After Dark or something like that.
Yeah. And, like, some of it was, like I think it was, like, kind of dirty, sexual and whatnot.
Yep. And then from there, I think he went on to MTV Addicts.
Yeah.
Sex Addicts.
Did he ever have, like, where people, like, say there were drugs and stuff? And then,
he did Drug Addicts, and then I think he did a Sex Addicts.
Yeah. I like that. I liked him. I wonder where they're at now. I mean, I think Drew is still around, but Adam Carolla, like, where'd he go?
He's still doing podcasts.
Oh, he does?
Yep.
Really?
Still does comedy.
Really?
He races.
Like motorcycles?
No, like cars.
Oh, like stock cars or something?
Mm-hmm. And
who's your favorite podcaster? I don't know if I've ever... I mean, I kind of sort of know.
It's Bert and Tom. Two bears.
What is it about them, though?
It's just they're funny. They're funny and relaxing. When they first started the podcast, it was great because it was just the two of them, and it was just two buddies hanging out, and you felt like you were part of the hang. Mm-hmm. And now it's a little different, but it's still good. Did they talk about did they have topics, or was it just like kind of shooting the shit? Just kind of shooting the shit. I mean, they. This is kind of where I got our base for the other part. They'd have questions and stuff like that. And then just fall way the fuck off topic. Like what were we supposed to talk about? Yep, and they talk about something for like 15 minutes and be like, all right, we need to reel this back in. I don't know that I've really ever listened, but now what? Like Bert's wife, Leanne, she has her own, right? Yep. And then wife of the party. Okay. And then Tom Segura does his wife? Or, I don't know much about him. Can I get a drink? Tom and his wife have YMH Studios where they do Your Mom's House. Oh. And that one is... Good? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like it, but it's dark. It's dark humor.
Yeah.
It's people getting hurt and fucked up in situations.
Oh.
And they've been doing their podcast for probably almost 15, 20 years now.
I feel like podcasts for me.
They're one of their OG podcasters.
Yeah. I like that one that you showed me with Bert where he's like cooking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
So Bert has Bertcast, and then he also has Something's Burning. Mm-hmm. And then his wife has Wife of the Party.
Okay.
And what else he had? He used to have one that was called Open Tabs. That one was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
like at a bar or something, or?
Nope. Open Tabs is he'd go out on the road.
Okay.
And anything that he like searched or looked up or was on that, he'd leave the tab open on his computer.
Oh shit.
And then he'd open up a new tab. And then when he got back, he'd go, all right, open tabs. Let's see what we were studying. Disc golf. Golf swings.
Oh, that's funny.
Boats. Jet skis. And all that. Yeah, okay. I'm sure there was a little bit of that, but he probably skipped over it.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was kind of cool.
Have you ever seen, I don't know her name. She's like, she interviews like famous people and she doesn't like move her face. Like she just, do you know what I'm talking about? Like she's on TikTok and Instagram. I can't remember. Let me look it up really quickly, but she's super funny and she'll ask them like random, sometimes they're just like laying in her bed and she'll ask like this, what we're doing right here. Mm-hmm. And then they just talk and it's like funny, but she does not make a face.
Oh, really?
Oh, she's funny. Oh my God. She'd be a lot of fun to have on, but man, I can't remember. I mean, I saw her talk to like Drake. I don't know.
The newest one that I'm getting into, it's not really a podcast. It's more of a game show or kind of, but it's still a podcast.
Yeah.
And I want to do this for Christmas.
Okay.
It's called Story Wars.
Oh, tell me about it.
So it's two guys that host it. It's Big J Okerson and Louis J Gomez. And they get 3 other people on. Mm-hmm. And they play the game called Story Wars. So what you do is each person submits 5 stories.
Okay.
And they're randomly picked on stories. I mean, it could be the same person back to back to back or whatever. And usually they have a topic of what the stories are about. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to make a mess here.
I'm not. I'm just trying to get comfortable. Go on.
And they'll tell the story. And if it's your story, you got to get people off of picking you.
Oh.
So you get 2 points for every person that you fool. Uh-huh. And then you get 1 point if you guess the person.
Is it kind of like how you and Roddy do the 2 truths and a lie or whatever?
Kind of, not really.
Not really at all. Can I eat this chocolate or is that going to make noise?
It's going to make noise, but go ahead.
I'm eyeballing it. Well, I can't help it. I put chocolate there thinking it was for the both of us, and now it's just eyeballing me. And I walked 3.5 miles, so I deserve it. Go on.
It's over one thing. Let's not eat on the podcast. Do you want
to bite?
Do
you want to bite or
no? I'm good. So they'll pick out the story, and somebody that's like running the game will read the story out, and you got to figure out whose story it is.
Oh.
And then...
Oh, yeah. So kind of like that.
Kind of. So you got to figure out whose story it is. The story has to be true, but once the story's out, you can lie or whatever. Like, when I was 5 years old, I crashed my bike and had to get 16 stitches. Mm-hmm. So, Carrie, do you know how to ride a bike? Never been on a bike in my life. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what do you do on a bike, you know? Yeah. And then you got to try to figure out who's lying and who's not.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun. Huh. They do eight rounds, and after the 4th round, the points double.
That's interesting.
It's kind of fun. It's a cool story.
I'll have to look it up. I did just look up the gal that I was talking about. Her name is Bobby, and it's Bobbi. And I mean, we'll watch it later, but she legit just like holds her face like as if like she'd be the best poker player.
Yeah,
it's so funny, and we can't play it, huh? Because then like the whole rights and shit, huh? Gosh, that sucks. Because I don't know, but I mean, it's whatever.
Give her a shout out. Tell them where to go look.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you didn't ask me, but I'm going to tell you my favorite is Ed Milet, and I talk about him. I have been not in love, but I'm in love with his podcast for so many years. And man, some of them I just like will re-listen, and I'll send to our little group and be like, listen to this. And I don't know, he had Kiki Palmer on the other day, or I don't know when it was. I just listened to it the other day, and it was really good. I listened
to that one you sent last week or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one Kiki Palmer, she's actually she was talking about her book, and man, I remember her from Akilah and the Bee, I think it was. And anyway, she's a great actress, but she's written like a couple books. So she was talking about her book, and I'm writing a book if anybody cares or whatever. But anyway, I got some insight kind of like with what she was talking about and stuff like that. So it gave me some inspiration. So she's so smart. But anyway, anybody who Ed Milet ever puts on is always really awesome. So he's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love him. Which that would be like my ultimate goal is to like, like, I mean, for you, like Bert and, what's his face what's his name again? Tom. I said Tyler. Tyler did sound right. Is like probably your dream, like to have them on or to be on theirs, Yeah. Who was that one guy that when Bert was doing, and he was doing his riff and he was singing, he was good. What was that song? Remember?
Oh, it was Shinedown.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, that guy can
sing.
That
was good.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. Was that is that a different podcast that he was on? Or
that was Bertcast.
Oh, okay. Because that was like in his living room, or it looked like his living room.
That's his studio, his new studio.
Oh. Who's that real funny guy? Oh, he's kind of like, he's always on Rogan, and he's got like a mullet.
Oh, Theo.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He's really funny.
He had...
Is he kind of stupid though, or what?
He's from Louisiana, so... Yeah,
well...
But...
Country. Okay.
He's
funny.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Yeah. He says it how it is.
Yeah. And, God, I've heard his whole life story a little bit, too.
Oh,
his
really?
mom married a really old guy that wasn't rich.
Oh.
She was, like, in her 30s. He was in his 70s. His dad was, like, 71 when they had him.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like, he has a good stand-up. He's like, lucky. Lucky, I'm lucky to be. He said, I had to sweep up, lock up as I went out. There was a skeleton in the corner with a Lyndon B. Johnson.
How funny. Yeah, he's really good.
But
so he's a comedian first,
mm-hmm.
and then now he's a podcaster.
He was on, if you remember the old MTV show, Road Warriors.
Yes.
Yeah, he was original. He's like season 2 or 3.
Road Warriors. Is that the one where they're in a house?
I think so. I don't know. I didn't follow. I didn't watch it.
Because you were just a little baby.
No, that, and I didn't get into MTV very much.
You were so little.
Yeah.
Did you watch Beavis and Butthead?
Oh, yeah.
That's when we first got cable. We had first gotten cable, and that was like one of the first things. I remember like it was the political thing, or like the president, and it was like I remember watching like Clinton or like the debates and whatever, and then going back and forth with Beavis and Butthead. I don't know. Yeah.
Theo actually had Trump on.
Oh, really?
On his podcast.
I thought you said that was Rogan.
Rogan had him on too.
Really?
Yep.
Dang, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Theo's, and the weird thing about Theo is his mom she went to like Duke University.
She's smart.
Yeah, very smart, but not very smart.
Why?
Because she just became a mailman.
Well, you could be, why would you go to Duke then?
I don't know.
Well, maybe she just wanted to get an education,
maybe.
Because I think some people, they get their education and then they don't do anything with it. And it's just like more of just like, hey, I went.
He lived a very weird life.
Really? Huh.
Because I guess he left when he was 14 and lived at friends' houses. And
really?
Yeah. It's pretty wild what he went through.
I'm like, maybe I'll have to like listen to him. So
you'd probably like his podcast.
I think so. Because anytime he's on like Rogan's, I really, really like it.
Yeah. He's pretty funny, but he's deep in his podcast.
Really?
Can be. I mean, he's still kind of wild and quirky and different, but he still gets into some deep stuff.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like deep stuff. Ba-dum-bump. Ow.
Let's see if we can...
Oh, that was good. What other ones can we get on there? I think I asked you that last time.
We got to get a soundboard, I said. That's the only 2 we can fit.
Really?
Yeah, because we have our intros on the other 2.
Oh, that was good, though.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
So,
what else?
Is there anything else, or should we get into these questions?
Well, I mean, I kind of like this, just shooting the shit, but I don't know. Oh, I wanted to say, I wanted to talk about that movie that we saw last night.
Oh.
Red One.
Do you want to do that now, or you want to wait for a hot topic?
Well, I don't know. I just was going to talk about it, but that's fine. I don't know. But really, I didn't have anything really to say. It was good if anybody wants to, but okay. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait. Yes, Master. We'll wait, Master.
Well, you said you wanted to keep these down to like an hour, and we're already at 20 minutes of talking shit.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
I got to play the ringmaster every once in a while.
What's that? Oh, that's what you do to try and act like you... No, you like to boss. Director? You like to boss me around. Yeah, it's like, because I boss you around at home, and then you like to boss me around at here.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I love it.
I don't, because I don't like to feel like I like to be in control, and I feel like you're trying to... It's fine.
I'm just playing ringleader. All right, I'm just trying to keep you in the corral.
But it's fun. I know. All right, well, tell the people what we did this week and how, what we're going to discuss.
Well,
we asked each other a few questions.
Yeah, so this is kind of a get to know us episode. We're going to ask, we each got 5 questions. We're going to break down, probably fall off topic a little bit, and I'll probably have to try to bring us back.
Pretty much. Let me take a selfie really quickly, though.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
But we have to.
This is like doing work with a frickin' squirrel.
The cutest squirrel there was.
So.
All right. So I don't even remember the questions I asked you, but I don't know.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. My first question is, when do you feel most relaxed and calm? So.
Oh, that's the one you asked me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you. I want your answer.
Wait, you have my questions up there?
No, I don't.
How'd you get that one?
This is the question I'm asking you.
I know, but I guess answer
this.
I sent you mine. I guess.
I know you're going to ask those, and I'll answer.
Okay. Well, anywho, alrighty. Yeah. I like that question, and to be honest, I just feel the most calm and relaxed when I'm laying on the couch, like after work. Like, you'll be like, "What do you want to do tonight?" I'm like, "I just fucking want to just lay." So after a busy day of work and cutting hair, like, I just want to veg.
Really?
And yeah,
this is not where I thought you would have said.
Oh, in your arms?
It would have been the best answer. I'm just saying.
What did you think I was going to say?
I figured you would have been most relaxed.
When we're making love? No.
No, I would have figured it would have been here. When
at the shop?
When you got the shop to yourself, like this afternoon.
Oh, it was
cleaning
nice.
And organizing and making this place look the way you want it.
I know, I'm pretty proud of it.
I feel like this is more of your zen, like your zen garden.
Well, now that you say that, yeah, no. I mean, if you have been here, you'll notice that I do like to move stuff around a lot and organize.
That's to the least. In the last year, I think we've changed this place about 20 times.
I know. But it's cute, and everybody loves it, and everybody, it's just, I don't know.
It's a good thing you have a good maintenance guy.
I know. Every so often he puts out, so, we like that a lot. I do feel comfortable here, but...
But on the couch, huh?
But on the couch, yeah. That was mine. Thanks. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mine is actually, it's on the couch as well.
Yeah.
Let's not lie here.
We're so
but if I'm not picking at home and on the couch, it's going to sound really weird, but it's when I'm mowing.
Yeah, you do like to mow.
When I'm working.
Yeah.
When I'm at work and I have a big field to do, and it's just me and I'm all alone, and there's nobody around and nobody bother me. Mm-hmm. I can listen to my podcast. I got my headphones in, and I can make the whole thing. Put in my designs and make it look pretty, and put in my lines and my diamonds and my zigzags and everything else that I do.
Well, last night when you were fixing my clippers, you were like, I could do this all day.
I could do that too. That's when I get to tinkering. I love to tinker.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Yeah, that kind of stuff stresses me out. But I can see how it could be like, because then you're like...
I'm focused.
Yeah.
And just kind of like on this. And I'm like, there's nothing else bothering me right now. This is great.
For sure. Do you have a most embarrassing memory? Can you remember your most embarrassing memory?
I don't think so. Because I don't ever get embarrassed.
I know, because you're just so cocky.
Well, I wouldn't say cocky, but...
No, you're confident.
I just don't really get embarrassed. There's nothing to get embarrassed about. I guess. I don't know. I don't feel embarrassment ever. Maybe a little nervous at first, but never embarrassed. I'm like, yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah. Okay.
How about you?
Sixth grade, I was walking in like the lunchroom, and I remember holding my plate or whatever, you know, like your little plate, and then I'm walking, and somehow I tripped, and again, that would have been in the sixth grade, so maybe 80. Let's see, it's 76, so then 86 would be 10. 88, 89, and I just remember like tripping with like my tray, and my food and tray goes everywhere, and the whole like lunchroom, or at least what I thought to be the whole room, they start singing, another one bites the dust, and another one, another one bites the dust. So yeah, that was fucking so embarrassing. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. What is something you've always wanted to learn?
Espanol.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to learn a language? Huh?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I went to, growing up in California where there's a lot of migrants and things like that. So when I was like first through third grade, I went to a school called Castroville Elementary, and very, very migrant field workers and things like that. And it was a great place to go to school and stuff. So I was like in the Spanish immersion program. So I was somewhat bilingual during those couple of years, but then you grow up and then you get out of that program, and then I went to work like at Wendy's, and so I could literally ask people, you know, did they want to have their food for here to go, you know, kind of read back their order, everything in Spanish, and I can also roll my R's really well. But I think what I want to do, is my guy Ed Milet, my favorite podcaster, talks about Babbel, and so I think I'm gonna just bite.
Pull the trigger and buy it?
Yeah. I mean, supposedly...
we were talking about it like 2 years, like last year.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, I think we should.
Because, you know, you're sitting on your phone and it's like, what's 15?
They say 15 minutes a day and you can be fluent within a couple of months.
Yeah. Well, and I go to Mexico, you know, once a year to the timeshare and stuff. So it's like, I always love to... I always say this one funny thing, and like anybody who's like Hispanic, when I say this, they like love it. But I always go...
Cerveza, por favor.
Not that. I go, orale vato, and they just think that's the funny. They think it's
What's
like,
it mean?
like what's up? Like, what's up, homie?
Oh.
Like, orale vato. And they just, ay chingo, when I used to work at the barbershop back home.
I took Spanish, and I know a little bit, but not much. Like, me amo Justiano.
What'd you just say?
My name is Justino.
So when I used to work at the barbershop, my partner in crime, Beto, he and I would always talk to each other, and we would just do like stupid things like that. And he's like full, you know, blooded Hispanic, and but he was so much fun. And I'd be like, I just say stupid things like to him, like in Spanish, and oh my God, we would just laugh all day long. He was like my little homie. I miss Beto in San Francisco. Miss you, partner. Anywho, yeah, that was it. What'd you want to be when you were a kid, and why?
I wanted to be a cop.
Me too.
Actually, the cop I wanted to be was too much.
What do you mean?
I wanted to be a hostage negotiator.
I mean, you are really calm and talking.
Yeah.
You put me to sleep.
I didn't.
That wasn't even scripted. So many times where I'm like... So many times when we're like laying in bed and you're talking in my eyes.
I remember there's been a few times where you'll ask me a question and I'm talking, and all of a sudden you'll fall asleep with your eyes open.
I know.
And I'll keep talking because I figure you're listening, and all of a sudden you'll snap back up and you're like, I'm trying to sleep. Why are you talking? I'm like, you just asked me a question.
I can fall asleep that fast.
I'm like, what?
But my eyes,
what? I did not. And I'm like, yes, you did. I'm answering what you asked, and you're mad at me because I'm like keeping you awake. I'm like, you literally just asked me a question.
Just being nice. Anyway, okay, so you want to be a popo and a hostage negotiator.
Yeah.
How far did you get into that? Did you go to like school?
Yep, I went to school. Did a year and a half.
Year and a half. And you did like all the kind of like classes.
Yep.
Stuff. Did you wear the cute little uniform? And
oh yeah, I bought the whole uniform, belt, and all that, and boots, and
ow.
Well, it doesn't fit me anymore, so don't get too many ideas. I was a different guy back then.
I have to look at some pictures.
It's like a size 28.
Speaking of today, when we're like looking at pants, I was like, you are not
34. And I was like, yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
I can fit in 34. They're not bad. Some of them are tight, so I go to 36 occasionally.
Yeah. 36-30.
Eventually, 32.
I know. I'm just trying to let people think that I'm dating a little...
Short king. Yeah. Not a short king.
Yeah.
Giant. Big. Real big.
So huge.
Like 6'3", 6'4".
Totally. It's crazy. Day. I know.
I don't know what convenience store I walk out of.
What's something... Oh, go on.
Wait, what did you want to be?
What am I? I fucking want to be everything. I want to be a cop. In fact, I went to a couple of different junior colleges. I ended up getting an associate's like 10 years ago. Actually, I have 59 units. 60 is an associate's, and I can't pass math. So when I say I have an associate's, I'm just like, fuck it. That math is going to have to just be. But anyway, I went to junior college because I wanted to do a cop thing too. And I used to watch this stupid show back in like the 90s. It was called Hunter. And do you remember Hunter and Dee Dee McCall? And like, yeah, it was so fun. They're stunt doubles. I swear it was like a guy whenever she's like driving. You just see it. Big old hair and a dude with a mustache.
That was in late 80s, early 90s. It was terrible. I was like in high school,
yeah.
It was like terrible wigs on a stunt double.
Totally, yeah. Like we were watching, Logan and I were watching Cobra Kai the other night, and he's like, look, that wasn't even him. Bad stunt double. But yeah, I used to want to do that. And then so I went to junior college for that. And then I thought I wanted to do like probation officer. And then I was really good with kids. And so there was a time where I wanted to be a teacher, you know? And actually a teacher becomes a teacher because of a teacher. And one of the questions you had asked me was...
Don't wait.
Oh, but it feeds into this.
I can't help it. You wait. No, you wait.
It feeds in, motherfucker.
I can't help it. You just wait. Okay. You bring this back up.
Oh, God. All right. Well, anyway. So, yeah. So I want to be... But, I mean...
All right. So let's go this way then.
I don't know.
If you were to quit your job right now, what would you go do?
Honestly, it wouldn't be what that was, so it doesn't make sense now. But like, I used to also want to do nursing, and so towards the end of like when I did get my associates, I was doing stuff for like nursing and things like that. And I also used to work at a hospital when I first moved to Minnesota. So, I think I would. I mean, there's so many like nursing, but then would I really want to like take orders? But then like. I'm really good at like party planning.
I already know what I pick for you.
Oh.
But go ahead.
Stripper?
No.
No? Really? Because I'm fat because I'm eating chocolate?
No.
Motherfucker. No, I'm kidding.
I would say business owner in your coffee shop.
I know. God, if you saw my vision board, people, like, I don't know. A couple years ago, Sarah Centrella, one of my favorite authors too, she talks about her book I think it's called Hustle, Believe, Receive, and she's a firm believer in the whole like vision board stuff. And like, to be honest, like 3 of my 5 things that were on my vision board have already come true. So stop looking at the clock. I'm gonna just stretch it. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so yeah, I definitely would love to do the coffee shop, but then that'd be like, you know, you have to be there and stuff. So part of it too is like, you know, I go back to like writing a book. Like my hope is that I'll be able to have this book out hopefully in spring, and people will want me on their podcast, different church groups, or my ultimate goal is to be a TEDx speaker. And so then I can like travel the country, and, you know, kind of that will be my hopeful. But I mean, I have so many things.
Yeah.
So anyway. Yeah.
I almost quit my job a few times to become a firefighter.
Really? Because you like kitties?
Sure.
And climbing trees? You do like climbing trees.
Yeah. We had a fire out behind the house at Mom and Dad's in those pines.
Yeah, where Logan got poison ivy?
Supposedly. Maybe. I think he got it at the neighbors.
Oh.
But I put the fire out. The lightning struck out there, and it started a fire in the pines and the needles, and I put the fire out before the fire department even got there.
You do like the dirt and throw the dirt on there? Yeah.
Yep. Brought the rakes and the shovels, and we cut the line. And
plus, you could be in a calendar. They always want, like, you know, cute guys.
Size 36, what up? Oh, you want this chunky funky?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know. I'll probably do something with art. I kind of like drawing and painting and all that.
Which you were supposed to paint that thing tonight. That was on the kitchen table. It's been there for a week.
Okay. Right. We can paint it.
Yeah.
All right. What are you most proud of?
My kids.
Yeah?
I am. That's really easy. Like as soon as I am proud that I, opened up a business and things like that. But given the circumstances of, kind of unfortunate things that happen in my life, we all have bad things, but, something really terrible like 11, 12 years ago. And just knowing how far my kids have come due to that circumstance, that they just didn't let it make, I don't know, I'm so proud of them. And so they're like my biggest accomplishment.
Nice.
So, yeah. Yeah. What about yours?
Probably how far I've come within the last 2 years with sobriety and just growing as a person. And
yeah.
I think you had a lot to do with it. A lot to do with it.
Tell me more.
Maybe everything to do with it.
Well, not the sobriety. That's all you. That is all you.
But also, like, I think I've grown up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. So,
yeah.
Feels good. Proud of that. I'm proud. Kids are easy. I'm always going to.
Yeah, we're all proud of our kids and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Biggest thing is I paid off my vehicle last week. So
I'm
that was
so
huge.
Proud of you.
And we're about to get a house.
Yes.
I've paid off almost all of my debts.
I know. Our credit is just skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Before too long, we're going to be in the high fives, baby.
I looked at...
It's like
360, here I come. What?
We're like, holy cow, what the hell these people...
Terrible. They weren't lying. It is 2 o'clock at Walmart for them.
Got a pack of Marlboro 100s, the reds, or whatever. Yeah. No, that's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
I actually looked, and in the last year and a half, I have raised my credit score 125 points.
How long have we been together, baby?
Year and a half. Like I said.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm proud of you. And sometimes it's like stupid stuff. Like I think it's always stupid stuff, and then you have every intention of paying it off, and then like
you just get so busy.
Yeah, and overwhelming,
put it off,
and then sometimes
anxiety, and
it gets into collections. Like I've gotten stuff into collections, and and it's hard to come back from that. But I'm very proud of you.
The other thing I'm proud of is the doctor. I go to the doctor now.
Oh, I know. And you were terrified of that when we first met. I was like,
2 things in this world that I get more anxiety over than anything
is the courthouse.
Is the courthouse, DMVs, and like anything with the government.
Which I'm trying to get him to like actually
get my
passport because yes.
But doctors, I was scared to death, and that's because every time I go to the doctor, when I was younger, it was always bad news.
But when you told me not to lessen it. So this makes me, I feel like a bitch when I say it, but like it wasn't anything really bad. But yes, your anxiety is yours, and I can't. Yeah. I
mean, two of them I had.
I guess that is kind of bad.
I had. When you're 9 years old, and you go in there and they're like, you're gonna have to have 2 shots in each arm for the rest of your life. It was kind of like life changing. Like at that age, you're like, my life is over. This sucks. I remember getting done with like middle school, later elementary, and walking to the doctor's office because it was like 3 blocks from my school. And everybody's like, where are you going? I go, I got to go to the doctor. I got to get my shots or I'm going to die.
Because of allergies?
Because I was deathly allergic to like almost everything under the sun.
Ugh. And now look at you.
You know when they do that little prick test?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they almost had to give me an EpiPen for just doing that.
Really?
Yeah. I turned into like the State Puff Marshmallow Man. Everything's swollen up. He's like, oh God, we got to get you out of here. He's like, we got to fix you now.
Oh my gosh. I had that done too. And I didn't know what I was allergic to, but like right when I was going to have one of the kids, like I had some anaphylaxis reactions. and didn't know what it was. And then they did the things, and I'm allergic to fucking garlic. I'm Italian. Like, garlic is our number one.
I don't believe you, because I still put garlic in there, and I haven't seen anything
you legit that noise right there. Anybody else do that? Or
itches her ear.
Yeah, like that. That's when you know. But yeah, it sucks. Anywho,
what's your next one?
I don't know. Is it for you or for me?
It's you.
Oh, I gotta find it. I'm yawning. Oh my god, it was so busy. We had the kids over watching football. The Bears played.
The Vikes played and we won. Oh. Thank God. In overtime.
Who's the most influential person in your life, and how did they impact you?
It'd be my dad.
I knew it.
Did you?
Good old Fred. I swear I knew it. I knew you were going to say Fred.
Yeah.
Yep. I love that.
Yep. It's been my dad.
Daddy.
My daddy. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's probably a bunch of people that have influenced me, but nobody as much as my dad. Mm-hmm. Could be, a little selfish and all that, but...
We all are.
But, he's
proud of you, too. Like, when you started your business and got your trailer and stuff, remember? Like, you come home and he had welded something, like, just out of the blue. And, like, I think he will probably maybe never say that what he feels, but, like, just those little things. It was like, yeah, that's him showing you that he was proud of you. It's kind of cool.
And I've always been proud of my dad.
Yeah.
But the older I got, the more proud of him I got. Mm-hmm. Because as an adult, you realize what he went through. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we played so much catch.
Yeah, tell me about that. I remember you.
My dad would get up at 4 a.m. and go to work. Mm-hmm. Come back at like 5, 6 o'clock at night. Put in a nice 12, 14-hour day. Probably dog tired. Because, he was a welder.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't light work. And...
a welder with NASA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so big time.
And come home, and the last thing he probably wanted to do was play catch with some damn kid.
Right.
But he did. And we did for hours.
Well, and now that you're a parent, too, and you realize, like, how tiresome. Like,
yeah.
Like, when we come home, and we're like, you're doing manual labor, but, yeah, you get home, and you're like, shit, I'm dead tired. Like, just, you don't want to... I don't even want to cook. Let alone,
and that's why some of the times I force myself, like, Dad would have done this. I'll take load of the ball field.
Yeah, no, you do really good.
So.
And I appreciate that of you.
But then I'm also proud of starting a business.
Yeah, that's huge.
Making the gamble,
Yeah.
Life would have been way different if you wouldn't have done that.
Oh, with your dad?
Yeah. No, if you wouldn't have started a business.
Oh, yeah. Like,
I don't know where I'd be right now.
Oh, if he didn't.
Yeah. I'd still probably be in Indiana.
You think?
Yeah, because he probably would have picked another side job welding for somebody else, and I'd probably be working at GE and General Electric in Mount Vernon, Indiana.
And we never know each other.
Right. Or who knows what I'd be doing.
Yeah, no, he has allowed, like, he's created a really great lifestyle for, your mom and they're very giving when it comes to their grandkids and to all of you kids. So, and he has an awesome kind of, business with the leveling and stuff like that. And where he then gets to go on vacations, like, shit, they're getting ready to go on a month-long vacation. Mm. So they really, they work hard, but they play harder. So
they do now.
Yeah.
It doesn't that's only been in the last 5 years that they've actually been doing that.
Better late than never.
Right.
Yeah.
So, which is good. And I want them to, because they still kind of, for the most part, have their health.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Mine is also a family member. It's my mom.
Yeah.
And my mom's been through a lot. And when I was going through a lot, she came and lived with me and helped me raise my kids for like a year. And I was a stay-at-home mom for like 14 years. And when she came,
she was your mom.
Yeah. And so she came and lived with me. And then I had to go back to work after 14 years, and it was really abrupt. And so within like 3 weeks after, whatever, she came and lived with me. And I remember one time we were sitting at the kitchen table and I was so sad. And I said, I always cook for the kids and, I'm not going to be able, I was working at a Great Clip. I got a job at a Great Clips. We were open like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And I was so mad and whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to be here with them for dinner. And she said, we'll wait for you. You're not going to miss out. And that meant so much, like, because I kept a really good, what I felt to be like a good household, like, being like a stay-at-home mom and a housewife and stuff. Like, food is always on the table at a certain time. There are always fresh laundry, things like that, food, taking the kids to, sports and whatever. And so, like, by me going back to school then and work, I felt like I couldn't do it all, like, and trying to keep up with my house and with everything else that was going on. She was like my lifeline. And I mean, I had to take the kids to the therapist then because of what we were dealing with. And like, she would help to get them there. And it was great. Like, she was awesome. And she gave up a lot by doing that. She had to give up her house, which she had went through a bad thing with my stepdad and his health and stuff. And so she really couldn't afford her house either. And, but yeah, she's a saint and I love her a lot. She's my rock. My mama. Do you have tears in your eyes right now, babe?
No.
Oh, I thought you did. If you would have said yeah, our ratings would have gone up. Repeat.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
What is your favorite holiday and why?
Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think I was going to say?
Christmas.
No. Mm-mm. I love Thanksgiving. Like today, having all the kids over and, watching football and stuff like that. Like, that makes me happy. It's just having everybody around and food. I am Italian. I love food.
That's why I want the kids to come to...
Oh, to your families?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the girls want to do their own cooking, and we're going to go and support them. And,
Absolutely.
And it's hard whenever the kids get older because everybody has, the girls have each one boyfriend, and then Anthony has a fiance, and then everybody has their families. And so, I can't just hoard them,
I know.
And it's great that like your sisters and your parents, like, not all families can do that where it's like, I know at least with like your one sister, Sabrina, like Andy's family will come over and then your parents, like when, like a lot of families aren't like that where you can have both sides. It's just like, it's one. And so unfortunately, like with like my kids and all that, like when we get our house, like we have to have like all the kids because I already told them I need to meet all. I haven't met like Scott's family or Jason's family or whatever. I've met Franny's, but so it's hard. But Thanksgiving definitely. But Anthony and Fran, they might come over.
Oh,
they said, yeah, they might. But yeah, but I think I'm excited for the girls. They need to experience, trying to make a turkey.
Absolutely. I don't want to take that away from them. I know my family wants to. My family.
But Thanksgiving, it's hard because everybody has their traditions. And so we can always do that. And, we can do like last year for Christmas and we could do, I don't know, like when we do our like Sunday, dinners and stuff like that, we can be like, hey, everybody come and then have both sides. So that's okay. So mine is Thanksgiving, but
they want to blend, they want to,
I know.
It's family, and I want them to make it feel like they're part of the family as well.
I know. And your family's really good about that. They really, really are. So. I love that. What was yours?
Christmas.
Because you want toys.
Yep. Give me my presents.
Give me my presents?
No.
What's your favorite? Why?
I love, it's just good memories. All the good memories I used to have as a kid.
Yeah.
It used to be, Christmas Eve at Grandma Van's and then Christmas morning at Grandma Warmble's. And we had our traditions over there and we had our traditions over there. And then now we got our traditions now, which aren't really traditions at all. We're still trying to rebuild them, but I like what we're building.
I know.
With Christmas Eve and have my parents over.
That was awesome last year. And I found some really fun games that I want to do, like really, really fun that we were going to do, yeah.
And I think we're going to do the same thing this year.
I love it.
They plan on coming over, so.
Cool, yeah. Yeah.
So I love it.
Christmas was fun, too, when I was growing up. It wasn't my, like, I mean, as a kid, probably, I'd say it's the favorite. But, we would always have to go to my Nana's house. And then I always hated going because I'd have to leave my toys, and then we go and I come from a big Italian family. And I just remember sitting there and kind of like in your fancy clothes and you just, and then like we'd eat dinner or whatever and open up gifts. And it was just like, my brothers and I were like the only grandkids. And so it just kind of sucked that way. So there was like no toys, ever like we had a box of like Hot Wheels or whatever, but it was just like very grown up. And so then when you leave and it's like, you know, they lived in Monterey, we lived in Prunedale, and that's like 45 minutes away. So by the time you get home, it's like 8:00 on Christmas night. You're like, well, Christmas is over. Mm-hmm. And so I always hated that. So like when I had kids, I think I've been a mom for 26 years. I think I've only once or twice ever, like we traveled once. We went to the kids' grandparents' house once. And then as I started dating after like my divorce, I think I went, like we would, you know, do our Christmas at the house, but then like whoever I was, you know, dating, and I had, you know, 2 or 3 boyfriends that I shouldn't be saying this to you, but where I had for a couple of years. So it wasn't just like sound like I'm dating, but anyway, make a long story short, you know, we go to their house or whatever, because, you know, it was important to like include just like how you and I are and stuff like that. So I would do that. But I still had it where my kids had Christmas at the house and they got to wake up and, you know, Santa Claus always came to our house. I always thought it was weird that I knew friends that were like, oh, we're going to, you know, LA, or we're going to go stay at like my parents' house for Christmas. I'm like, but your kids are never going to experience quote unquote Santa Claus coming to down the chimney, you know? And I don't know. I just felt like it's important. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. That is one thing I always got to do, but I hated going somewhere on Christmas. So I tried as long as I could to not have to do that. So I don't know. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah. I thought I had one more, but I don't know that I really even, I'm trying to think if it was really even of importance. Do you have anything? Oh, yeah. I think it was, what are you most passionate about?
Wasn't it about work? Was it? Why are you so passionate about work?
Oh, maybe it was, and maybe I just reread it wrong.
Was that it?
I think it was.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why are you passionate about what you do? So, yeah. I read it too fast.
Yeah. So I do lawn care, landscaping, and it sounds like a horrible job, but I love it. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think it's because...
Do you love it, though? Like it's going to be cold as hell this week.
Yeah, and I still love it.
Really?
Like, I'll say I hate it, and it sucks, and it does suck. I will say that. Like, the weather sucks about it, but there's no other job I'd rather do. Because I enjoy it. I really do. There's kids that are like, oh, this place is such a pile. It's such a shitty account. And I'm like, it's shitty because you make it shitty. Mm-hmm. This place could be nice if you want it to be nice. Make it nice. And that's what I love doing, is like taking something that is just run down, looks like shit, and turning it into a beautiful property.
Yeah.
You know, you get the grass to... And that's what really makes me mad. It's like some of these places that have houses on like Broadway.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have a shitty yard. Take
some pride in it.
Take 1 fucking hour out of your day, of your week, and go cut the grass.
Right.
It would bring miles and miles ahead of how your yard would look.
Yeah. And how people
take will, 2 hours and you got a freaking amazing yard.
Yeah. Well, and like we like watching that one show, Hometown. Yeah. That's like out of like Mississippi. And I think they did that on one of the episodes, or maybe it was like another one of those shows, but they took and they like made up they painted their front doors. Maybe that wasn't on that one. It was it doesn't matter really what it was. The
takeover, maybe town takeover by
Hometown.
But
all they did that, and maybe they did like some like planters and stuff like that. But what a difference!
Yeah,
yeah, that is.
And that's what I love about my job, is like I get to take something and make it look good. And I flipped out on a kid probably 3 years ago because he goes to me. This guy was complaining about how the yard looked, and the kid goes, well, what do you want me to do? I'm not a professional. I'm like, he's paying you to be a professional. Yeah. You are on a professional crew here. If you can't fucking do the job, get the fuck out.
Yeah. Breathe.
Yeah. I freaked out on the kid, though. Yeah. I'm like, what do you think we do here?
Right.
We're a professional crew. If you can't do this kind of work, then you need to get out. And there's plenty of them in this line of work that needs to get out.
I think, unfortunately, though, with like landscape, there's so many people that it's kind of just like a stepping stone. Like when they're going to college or high school, or it's a summer thing.
Which is I get it.
Yeah. Where you treat it like a career because, I mean, it pays you that well. Mm-hmm. But others treat it like it's just paying for their cell phone bill.
And they are. And I get that. But still, I tell all these kids the same damn thing. I'm like, if you're here and did not do your best, why the fuck are you here?
Right. Yeah. No, that's true.
And I tell them that when you go to school, if you're working at Burger King,
do your very best.
Cool. Be at Burger King, but be the goddamn best burger flipper in the fucking place.
This is true. My first job was at Wendy's, and that's where I learned all of my customer service.
You want a better life? You want a better pay? That's on you.
Prove it.
Go do it.
Yeah.
If you're the best burger flipper, boom, now you're freaking shift lead. Now be the best goddamn shift lead there is. Next thing you know, boom, you're the freaking general manager.
Or
now
you can be a franchise owner. Like you can someday...
You can work yourself way up from the freaking... When I worked at the bowling alley, our executive chef never went to school. Never did anything. I go, his name was Cliff. And Cliff, I love you. I miss you every day.
Aww. Cliff, if you're listening... Hi.
I go, how did you get into this line of business? He was one of the best damn cooks I've ever met.
How did he?
He started out as a dishwasher.
Really? At the bowling alley?
Yep.
Sheesh.
At the Monty Club. The owner of the Monty Club used to own.
Did you ever go when it was here?
Yep.
See, I did. That's over by Anthony's house, right? Oh, I'm thinking Supper Club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monty Club.
Where's that?
It was up by Bertram, I think.
Is it still there?
No.
Oh. My boobs feel like they're up to my neck.
And he started there, and then he went to line cook, and from line cook he became the sous chef, and from sous chef he became executive chef.
Oh.
And he worked his way all the way up.
I wonder where he's at now.
Blueberry Pines Golf Course in Park Rapids, Minnesota.
Shut up! Oh my gosh, where we always go.
And the funny thing is I was working there, and my cousin, she worked there as a hostess.
Yeah.
And
they dated.
No, they didn't date. He's way older than her.
Well,
he's older than me.
She could have daddy a show.
She was 16.
The very big daddy.
All of a sudden, she texts me and she goes, "Do you know a Cliff?"
Why?
And I go, "Yeah, why?" She goes, "I work with him."
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
I go, "We're up in Park," right? She goes, "Yeah, he's our new chef."
Wow.
So it was kind of cool.
That is cool. I love that. What was that question?
Why do you love what you do?
Okay. Yeah.
Or why are you so passionate about what you do?
Yeah, I'm passionate too about my job. I love to make people look good.
Before you answer this, I will tell you something.
Oh.
I will tell you how passionate you are about your job, whether you want to admit it or not. Mm-hmm. And this proves it, is because every time we go out, or we go see a play, or if we go anywhere we can people watch, you'll point out the one person and go, "Oh, look how jacked up the lines are on that haircut."
Okay, but ask any hairdresser.
No,
we all do it.
I know.
We all do.
That's what I'm saying. That's why my sister does it terribly.
Oh, yeah.
When she used to cut hair and I go to somebody else, because she never wanted to cut my damn hair.
Right.
But if I went to somebody else, she'd fucking point out everything that's wrong with it.
Oh, yeah. I love what I do. I love making people look good. And I think more so, not even about looking good, talking with them, the things that my clients confide in me. I've told you, and I'm not going to out anybody, but what they tell me, I'm just amazed. And I don't know, I just feel honored a lot of times, just that people trust me to do their hair, their beard, and then they literally open up to some of the things maybe this is the only time that they have for themselves. Yeah. And I always think man, guys are really good about that. You guys take, every 3 to 4 weeks or 3 to 6 weeks, whatever, you take 30 to 45 minutes just for yourself. And, for us women, it's not like that for every three, if you get your eyelashes done or something like that. But the only time I ever take any time for myself is I have been getting massages lately because my back is killing me. So that's one, but I go there's times where I don't go for 5 years and I don't get a massage, but I have my Botox or my fillers. So that's every 3 months, Be nice.
That's one we never get to.
I know.
I do get my nails done. I do. I have to get them a
No, but okay, that's
I do my bow tie.
That's every 3. Yeah. Okay. Sounds very bad. Sounds like I'm shallow. I'm not. No. Okay. So that's like every 3 months. Okay. So you guys do something for yourself, like literally every month. And while I'm like making you look nice, the kind of stuff I think you guys just unleash, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's also
like a little therapy session.
It is, and I think for us, it's cheaper too.
Well, and I think, let's be real. I think a lot of people think that therapy is like if you're broken or you have, problems or whatever. Like, I don't want to go because I don't want to like address the problem. But it's actually like, Franny, she's a therapist, and I said, why do kids go to therapy? Why do we need to put kids in therapy so young? And she said, so that way they can be adults who know how to cope. Because like my generation, there was no therapy. There's none.
Mm-hmm. There was barely anyone.
Yeah.
My generation.
Chapter 3, like I read you today in my book, like it's definitely there should have been some therapy, and then maybe some of these things, but we didn't talk about a therapy like that. So right. I think, it's a cheaper route, and sometimes we don't talk about anything.
What I mean is, like, for us to pamper ourselves, it's a little cheaper than for you guys too.
Oh, for sure.
For a haircut for us or whatever to make us spruce up a little bit. It could be like
$30, $35 or whatever. Yeah.
Maybe $50 on the high end.
Right. Depending on.
For a woman, it's $150 to $200.
Yeah. I mean, if you get hair color and stuff like that, like, Anita, she's sitting at $300. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're right. And then, yeah.
If it was that price for a guy would never pamper himself, I don't think.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Anyway. Yeah. Cool.
Do you want to get in our hot topic or?
I don't know if we really need it. I mean, we were just going to kind of briefly.
We kind of did all that in the beginning, so.
I think we did good.
Oh, wait, I got one more question.
Oh.
What teacher left the biggest impression on you?
Well, that was that one. And it was I think her name was Miss Smith.
God, if we wouldn't have asked this question, Mikey would have came after us.
I know.
You freaking pulled her off of that question so you could ask it, and then I wasn't going to ask it.
Exactly.
So, all right, go ahead.
I think her name was Trudy Smith, and she was my, I think it was my sophomore year, high school junior. I don't know, whatever it was, English teacher. And she was so cool. She was really open with us and up front, but she had told us, like, my husband and I, we have like 3 businesses. We make like $300,000 a year combined. And I mean, again, back in like the 90s, we're like, holy crap. But she was really cool. Like, she did a couple awesome things. I wanted like she did pass away a couple of years ago, but a couple things that she would do. She would allow me to like help her grade papers. And I think that's where I like learned to really love like writing, and even though I can never figure out where the hell to put a comma, usually it's just where I breathe. My friend Michelle, who is a stenographer, she said that is not correct, Carrie. But anyway, that's where I do it. So anyway, I guess I didn't learn too well. But anyway, she did that. She also she had this like side hustle at the school where she would send balloons. Like, so we had like Mylar balloons that we can pick. So say your friend is having a birthday and you go to Miss Smith's class and you pick out the Mylar balloon, and then we in her class would be the runners, and there'd be like a little note, and I still love doing that with like a little blow pop.
That's nice.
There was another thing that she did. This was a big thing. So she took all of her English class and we went to San Francisco, and she rented those big old coach buses, like the ones with the bathrooms on it. Mm-hmm. And I think there were 3 buses, and she paid for all of us to go to the Exploratorium and the Planetarium. And that was really cool because that was out of her pocket. Like, we didn't do any kind of fundraising. She just paid for that. And that was like a really cool field trip. And that was, I think, my senior year. Yeah. Nice. So, yeah. So she was awesome. Anyway, so rest in peace, Miss Smith. And, yeah. Who was your favorite? Or wait. Yeah.
It was, I've had a few, and I'm going to probably piss off a lot of my old teachers, but it was probably my shop teacher from middle school. Mike Hill, Mr. Hill. He was awesome. Yeah. Taught me a lot about life and all that, but he also treated me like not a kid. Mm-hmm. And we used to bet every deer hunting on who could have the biggest deer. And we did that all the way through high school.
That's funny.
And I think we even did it like into my first or second year of college. We'd
funny.
still get together, and I'd go see him at the school and bullshit. Like, I remember skipping class one time in high school, and I skipped school to go to school, but I went to the middle school to hang out back by his shop door. And
Was that the one that you told me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just hung out. He was great.
Where's he at? Is he still teaching?
Nope. No, he owned a dog heater. He invented a heater for the dog houses for Minnesota.
Cool. That's cool.
And then he invented a couple other things, like how to keep the ice built up in your fishing hole.
Oh.
Give the ice away so that your ice wouldn't feel.
Minnesota.
Yeah, he did a lot of Minnesotan ice.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's awesome. He sounds pleasant.
All right, so we're going to bring back our postcards.
Yeah, let's just do a quick one, and then let's wrap it up.
Yep, sounds good.
Cool. So I have, there were two, but this one is kind of cool.
Just pick one.
Okay, pick one. Okay, well, here's the Christmas one. And this is for Mr. and Mrs. J.N.O. Samsel, I think. Maple Plain, Minnesota.
Can I read it?
Sure. And it's from 1909, and it came out of the Delano post office.
Delano post office.
Mm-hmm.
J.N.O. Samsel? S-A-M-S-E-L? Samsel?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. and Mrs. J.N.O. Samsel.
Read it aloud.
Maple Plain. Ooh, you want me to read it?
I do.
Well, this is one I can read. I usually let you read it.
I know, because you're younger and you don't know cursive as well as I do.
No, I do. Theirs is like calligraphy.
It is.
Best wishes for a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's to all. To you all. From Mother Anne Marie. Samsonite. Samson. I knew it started with an S, though.
Mm-hmm.
Schwarm. What do you? Can you read it?
Oh, let's see.
That last name?
Schur.
R-I-M?
Gosh, it's really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that was kind of cool. And then, are we going to finish up with a...
Yes, we got to end with a pickup line, or Mikey will be upset.
He will be so mad.
And I went with a dirty one this time.
Oh my gosh. Does that mean I'm going to get some tonight or not? Don't edit that out. No, but really. Can I?
Yeah.
Go on.
You go first.
No. Now I'm turned on.
Oh.
Go.
All right. I'm a bird watcher. And I'm looking for a big-breasted bed thrasher. Have you seen one?
As I'm sitting here with my boobs up to my chin, like I said. It's because I have a pillow behind me. Can you tell? Like I'm like,
arched back.
Totally. I like it. That was pretty cute. All right. Okay. Mine is cute. Oh, wait. Yeah. Can I borrow a pencil so I can erase your past and write out your future?
Oh, I like it.
Normally I'm the dirty one.
Yeah, we switched.
I know. I like to be sentimental occasionally.
All right. Well, I think this is a great episode.
It was so good.
This was
Episode
fun.
9.
Kind of bounced around.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think
it was a lot
great.
of fun.
Yeah.
So, guys, go check us out. Like us on
We're now on
socials
Apple.
and all that. We're
That's
now
new.
on Apple iTunes.
Dang.
Finally. I don't know what I did or how I did it, but somehow I just did it.
Good job.
Bam! We're on there. So
I
we're
know.
on every major platform. We're also on Amazon Music now. So Alexa will play it.
Yes.
We are also on Pandora, iHeartRadio, you name it, we're there. You can find us anywhere you guys listen to podcasts now. So,
Yeah.
Big news. Also, I got the episodes up on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's no video, like I said.
Soon we're gonna, though.
But it's audio only, so if you want to go listen there too, we got a huge following on there.
I know. We've been having some really cool people
have
out of the UK.
2 subscribers on YouTube.
Just 2.
Just 2.
Mom,
So
thank you.
Yeah.
Justin's dad, thank you,
Yeah.
Fred.
It's probably Mikey.
No, Mikey and Spooty.
Yeah.
We also got to get some other guests. Like we have some, I have some friends on TikTok that I was really hoping to get on the podcast. Both of them said yes. So we're just waiting to get confirmation from them.
And if you think you'd be a great guest on here, and you got a story you want to tell or something like that, or maybe you got some problems that you just like want to work out, we can keep you anonymous or whatever you want to do. You can come on here and spill your problems.
And you don't have to be right here. Like we're in Monticello, Minnesota. Yep. And a lot of times what we do is we just call you.
Yep,
and
we can get you on the phone. We got that capability. Reach out to us if you go on the website.
Don't do the website just because then we always ultimately go, what is the website again? Just hit us up on Instagram. And then if they go to...
Or Facebook.
Yeah. That's probably the easiest way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's Confessions with the Cougar and the Cub.
Yep.
Podcast?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's great.
And then you can go to the website. If you really want to go to the website, go to the website. It's confessionswiththecougarandthecub.com.
There it is.
And then you guys can link up to us. When you try to connect with us, you click on it. It'll connect you right to our email.
There you go.
Send an email over with your information, whatever you guys want to talk about.
Yep.
Or maybe you guys just have a question you'd like us to answer. We'll take that kind of mail as well.
Yep. More candy.
Yeah. So, guys, thanks for listening. We love you guys, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace out, Scout.
Bye.
Bye.